Joe in Philly, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, I got a question for Rum Running Fez.
Yes.
Hey, Fez, if you are truly cured, what was the main issue that you worked on at the Nut Hut?
It was anxiety.
Well, that's not an issue. That's the thing. But we'll talk about that when we get back. When we get back, we will figure out why Fez is cured and the celebration. I will tell you this. Our boss came in, said hi to Fez, and Fez did not say hi back to him. And just stood there. And he's like, oh, great to have you back. And Fez just stared at him.
Whoa.
And I'm like, well, not all the quirkiness has changed.
No, it's
and then
there.
Me and Rob ended up talking about he was like, sorry about your Eagles. But I know it was his way of saying fuck you and fuck the Eagles.
You want to talk about how great this team is? Everyone thought it was shitty?
He's like, hey, man, sorry about your Eagles. But I knew. I
Really?
fucking got it.
Really, Rob?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I got it.
Yeah, we know. There's a good defense, all right?
Sorry about your team, but look at the size of my cock. It's never felt so big and spectacular as if with the car. Any reason why you didn't just say anything back to him?
I don't even remember that happening.
You don't remember him coming in?
I remember him coming in, but I thought I said hi to him.
Nope.
Wow.
He just stared. But we will talk about your time. You can't wait to talk about it, right?
Yeah, it was nuts in the Nut Hut.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be.
That's where crazy people go.
You're not going to talk about a lot of fucking sane people who happen to be in there.
That's some nice, grounded guys in there.
You know, I was in the Nut Hut with Trump's kids. Very successful.
Wow.
Very successful.
They were just trying to get a rest. you know, it's stressful being, that successful.
I took them fucking out there, which, by the way, took forever.
Yeah, that's fucking. It was really out there. I saw the town or whatever, or part of. It was how was it out there? Was it just like residential? I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was Pakistani.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I wasn't in the fucking mood for Indian food, so I had to come all the way back to the city before I ate. I was fucking starving that night.
That blows. Yeah, it's space.
And I'm like, if I eat in Queens, I might as well go to Astoria. I want some Astoria. I might as well take the bridge and fucking come back into the city.
It's right
eat
there.
like a fucking human being.
A great place in Astoria.
I almost called you, and then I'm like, then he'll come over and he'll start drinking.
Yeah, like, hey,
and then if I want to go home, he knows the wallet's leaving, and I can't be part of it.
Where you going? Come on, stay.
You've been buying beers. It's fucking great.
We're having a good time here. Come on.
All right, so we'll hear about Fez's trip to the Nut Hut, and then a lot more stuff up on the iBang. It's the Run of Fez show. All right, what do you want to talk about, Fezzy? So you're on the Remenol, is that it?
Remeron.
Okay.
So, yeah, that started a few days into the Nut Hut visit.
Let me just say this. I take Fez to the Nut Hut. I think I'm dropping him off, but they make me go in with him, so I have to sit in there.
I guess because you're his guardian at this point.
Well, if they rejected him, I was going to have to take him home.
Oh, shit.
So I didn't know that. And they made me sit around for a long, hours went by.
Whoa.
But here's the funny thing that I never realized before. You don't know how many times you use the word crazy or nuts in your life. How many times I said, this is fucking crazy to take. And then I'm like, ugh. But here's how weird his place was. I was actually behind the sealed doors where, I was let in. Then they locked the door behind me. And they had a nut watcher with me that if I stood up, he stood up.
What?
But not only that, here's how fucking strange it was. They had the NBA channel, and they were watching the championship series and cheering as if it was fucking happening.
Live?
Yeah, and commenting.
The fucking patients and shit?
Yeah, and guards. They were all fucking weirdos.
That's crazy,
and I'm just like, see what you just did? That's how many times I did that.
We were able to watch the Giants games in the patient lounge.
Nice.
And when the Giants beat the Buccaneers that Sunday, the Nuts got very excited, just assuming the Giants had re-won the Super Bowl. That they were the Super Bowl champions all over again, and they had repeated.
Did you feed into that, Fezzy? Because you should have said, yeah, we're going to go to the ticker tape parade next week, boys. We're all going to go.
Oh, I gave them everything they wanted. It was just, I wasn't going to try to get anyone upset that was missing their shoelaces and belts.
That was a pretty exciting game, though.
Hold on, Easy Rider has a question for you, Fez. Go ahead, Easy.
Yeah, Fezzy.
Yes.
Yeah, how many days did it take you to shit?
That was a Monday morning. Yeah, I went in Friday evening, and that was a Monday morning.
How early?
Damn. How many courtesy flushes did you have to give it?
Oh, it seemed like a dozen at least.
All right, Fez, I'm glad to hear you're back.
So what time was it, Fez, that you went?
It was probably about 6 a.m.
Tried to do it before everybody woke up?
Exactly, yeah. I had woken up. It was before before they had given me the Remeron, so I could still get up and function a little bit. So went to the bathroom at the end of the hallway and just tried to get it done, force something out by the time anyone had started to stir.
The way that now I could say it to you, but you were really acting crazy when I dropped you off. You really had the full shaking going on.
I was such a nervous wreck.
And the guy, he started crying to the guard when I thought I was saying goodbye to him, and then I had to sit next to him. But the guy says to him, "Oh, come on, sir. Come on, sir.
Come on, man."
It was so... everybody really looked like exactly the color that you would expect, with the white doctors and black orderlies.
Yeah. And then after Ron left me, and I was still where you left me, that room, after you left, they still had me there for I think another hour and a half.
Yeah, well, I had to go eat finally. I said, look, I go, I'm going to give you my number if you don't let them in, but I got to have some fucking food here. And I said, I haven't eaten all day. This is crazy. And then I went like this. Not fucking crazy like you people, but crazy like a normal person would say, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Stop being fucking offended every time I say crazy.
What's the problem?
And then came the strip search and the bag search with the bag that I had packed with me. And everything was just nuts. They would pull each individual item out. Like they would pull out a tube of toothpaste and say, "And what's this?" And I'd say it's toothpaste, like it was some sort of test on how crazy you actually were. And then they would, the toothpaste they threw in the garbage because they provide their own. So everyone has the same toothpaste there. But remember how the website said take a bunch of quarters for the payphone? So I took $20 worth of quarters. That's what it said to take. And I had them in a Ziploc bag. Well, apparently, you're not allowed to have plastic bags in the ward. So
you could put it over your head and kill yourself.
It was a tiny little sandwich Ziploc bag.
Yeah, but you could think that you use those quarters to punch somebody, right?
I guess so. They let me keep the quarters, but I couldn't keep the bag. So they've taken...
This can't be the big parts of the fucking story.
Well, this is the beginning.
What are we going to hear the whole week? Fucking down that a plastic bag was taken from you? What happened to you?
Well, all right, the first group I was in, there was an argument there between patients, where one patient got furious with the other one, saying that he was basically talking bullshit all the time.
Vez, I know you got plenty of gossip. I want to hear about your breakthroughs. What broke you through? What made you finally say, I'm sane and I'm ready to come back to work?
That was basically the third day of the Remeron, where I woke up and all of a sudden it just felt like a whole lot of panic had lifted.
But here's the deal. For years, people have been recommending drugs to you. You said drugs don't work on you. You could have done all this without the fucking trip there to the thing if you would have done the drug therapy.
But they had, this is a totally different class of drug that I had never tried before.
But why did you ever stop trying? Why wouldn't you say, let me try other classes of drugs?
Because I just knew how bad the other ones had made me shake and come out of my skin.
But they're different. That's like if I said, I don't like to smoke fucking angel dust, so I'll never smoke pot. Those are two different fucking things.
A little knick-knack.
So it took me a while to get used to this drug, and there was one night where they just absolutely, I was in such a panic that they...
What about?
There was a patient there who has the nickname Doughnut for whatever reason.
Probably do not. You're just being a racist.
So,
Do not touch that. Do not do that. He's like, look at Doughnut over there. Fuck him. I guess that's how they talk. I don't know.
What an asshole.
so Doughnut was getting very aggressive and threatening new patients. In fact, I had just missed Doughnut on the ward, and he went after the person that came in after me. So, Doughnut, very volatile. They keep sending him to his room or a quiet room. Well, my second night there, I'm asleep in my room. I hear the door creak open.
Uh-oh.
I look up, and Doughnut is standing right over me, over my bed.
Yeah.
Ooh, creepy.
So first I said, "Can I help you with something?" Trying to be nice. He mumbled something at me, cussing something. I screamed, "Get the fuck out of here," hoping somebody would hear me. And then I just went past him down to the nurse's station. And that was the night they hit me with Klonopin and Ambien and everything else just to put me out.
Well, why
And then
would you want to
Doughnut
be
came
put
back
out
in.
if you're worried that there's a nut stalking you?
Because after that, Doughnut went on what they call CS, constant supervision.
But did you trust that?
At that point, they assured me that he was going to be away from me.
Did you trust it?
No, I didn't trust it. I was scared to death.
Then why would you want to be knocked out? You know what I mean?
Just don't know it's coming.
If you honestly believe Doughnut is going to come get me, the last thing I'd want to be is knocked out for it.
I mean, he comes to, he's being raped by Donuts.
That's why they call him Doughnut. That's what he leaves your ass looking like after he's done with you.
Glazed.
Oh, God.
What did Doughnut look like, Vaz?
Doughnut I could best describe as
Black.
from Friday. Debo.
This is fucking racist.
Oh, my God.
It's just
Fez.
racist.
Fez. You know, he was also president of the universe in fucking Fifth Element.
No one ever wants to bring that up.
He
He
went
was riding a
places.
beach cruiser around the hallway stealing people's gold chains. And
People are sending me stuff on Remeron, which is your new drug.
Right.
Fez, is there a certain food that you're craving right now?
No.
The food that they claim that you will crave is donuts.
What?
oh, that's weird.
That you get a very big sweet tooth on this, and you crave donuts.
Getting doped up.
It's right here if you don't believe me.
That is insane.
Are you making this up?
No. The guy's name was Doughnut. That's what everybody called him.
I think that maybe you were fucking crazy about. They say that on this you crave carbs and sweets, and will love a donut.
They did warn me about like increased appetite.
Did you get any of it?
I haven't felt that at all.
Maybe we should get a donut and just set it here and just see before he eats it. Would you like to eat a donut?
I would, of course, I would love to eat a donut, just not the one who was threatening me.
Oh, he didn't really say anything, right? He didn't really threaten you.
He was
black.
mumbling. He never.
was fucking black.
Racist.
God.
All right, have you gotten dizziness?
Yes.
Low blood pressure? Thirst to go with your munchies? They claim that munchies.
Yeah. I'm total dry mouth. It's absolutely cotton mouth.
That was why you want a donut. Dry mouth and constipation.
Constipation will come
You
in
want to
handy
sleep
for
a
him.
lot. It's like you might be smoking pot. You will literally eat sugar straight out of the bag to satisfy your cravings for sweets and carbohydrates. Remeron will pull you out of the deepest, blackest depression like no other medication will.
Yeah, and they told me no sexual side effects with Remeron.
Bonus.
So you've been having a lot of sex?
No, I haven't had any.
Pound an ass.
Any dosage will make you crave donuts. Seriously. You will want to invest in Krispy Kreme stock. And you haven't gone out and had a donut yet, but you talk about Doughnut as if he was real.
Doughnut was real.
I don't know, man. Doesn't sound.
And
like
I'm sure
it to
he's
me.
still in there. I don't think Doughnut got out after a week or two.
What if he shows up at your house this weekend, standing over your bed, mumbling on Retard Island?
Those doors I can lock.
That is so weird. Any dosage will make you crave donuts. And then he tells us a donut story.
Weird.
All right, Johnny.
All right, boys.
Talk to you later, buddy.
Later.
How many donuts do you think you could eat right now?
Oh, I'm sure I could eat a dozen.
Because of the Remeron?
Yeah, the Remeron and just a natural love of donuts.
Where do you want to eat them from?
Well, I don't think I should because that's going to mess everything up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because they got my sugar under control, my diabetes under control.
All right, you run with it then.
So, and then of course we had the lunch episode where one of the patients, who oddly enough shares the same name as a sponsor on this channel, decided he was going to start jerking off at the lunch table. And ask another patient about her rape stories that he had heard in group. That he decided that would be his batch material at lunchtime.
She tell him?
Who raped her?
Apparently, like several different people. It seemed like kind of a pattern.
She said she's lying.
No, I'm not saying that she's lying. I'm sure it's true, but
Why would it be true, though? I mean, isn't that kind of rare?
well, I have no idea.
I mean, if
There
you,
was a
if
lot
you
of-
met someone who said they were at 5 bank robberies, you know what I mean? Like, after a while, you're like, come on with the fucking constant bank robberies.
How's that happen? How much money you got?
One fight started in a group over someone
Were these date rapes, or was she raped by strangers?
date rapes.
Okay, that can't happen. I thought you meant, like, you know, she's walking through the fucking...
Park?
Yeah.
Randomly.
That would be weird.
I've walked through Central Park. I keep getting raped. This is fucking terrible. Well, maybe you should walk through the park.
Like, we're trying to get into the stories with you. But it seemed like you got your way you want to present?
No, not at all.
Well, go ahead. What are you reading?
I just
Let me see. Let me
just
see
didn't
what you
wanna-
got. Let's see what you got.
Oh, shit.
All right, here's all the stuff that he's got for the week
Notes?
written down. Yeah. Anything but jerking off, rapes. Sorry, we're going in things. Shoelaces is next, Fez.
Yeah, they took the shoelaces from me, and of course the belt. And it was weird because I was thinking,
Zombie walking.
yeah, the zombie walk.
No laces or belts.
Yeah.
What happened? That you walk like a zombie?
Well, I thought it was the drugs, but apparently it's just people trying to keep their shoes on their feet without laces.
Did you tell quarters and zip lock bag?
Yep.
I noticed this, that you don't fucking close your A's and it looks like Ziploc.
Bog.
Yeah. Ziploc bug. This is kind of interesting.
I wonder what that means.
Ezra, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, buddies. Hey, Fez, welcome back.
Thank you.
But you missed it, man. Doughnut was really hitting on you. You know that. That was your moment. That was the moment.
I guarantee you Doughnut was on the DL.
You know,
Probably
man, I
wrong.
know you do the Russian thing, but the brothers do the rape thing too, man. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Maybe start watching African prison rape.
Yeah, after there was a later on a day after that Doughnut showed up in my room. We were in a group and talking about different goals, that sort of thing. Doughnut said one of his goals was to gun down faggots. So Doughnut ended up locked in a quiet room again.
That guy went into a quiet room?
Yeah.
Was that one of your goals, or did you have something different?
No, mine was to try to quit
Stay away
panicking
from
as
Doughnut.
much. Yeah, just keep
I would
my
like
distance.
to stay away from Doughnut. It seemed like since your thing was just drugs, right? And you didn't do any real therapy work in there.
I worked a couple times, met with the psychiatrist like 3 times, talking about the anxiety and the anger that I get, and about coming out of the closet.
What I'm trying to say is, it seems like you didn't need to be put in for this, that they could have just let you stay in your neighborhood, gave you some regular therapy sessions, and gave you the drug. I don't know why they made you sleep overnight with Doughnut.
When they start you on a drug, first day in?
No, that wasn't until Monday night. And I went in on a Friday afternoon.
And what day did you get left out?
And then that was the following Friday.
So 4 days that you were in there, and before you decided that the drug was working.
Yeah, I mean, I was just, every day it felt a little different.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, that had nothing to do with your experience in there. It had more to do with this drug that was stopping whatever anxiety that you were feeling.
Yeah, the way it was put to me by the doctor was that if they had started me on this drug on the outside, because I brought that up, that it would have been such a low dose that it would have taken probably 4 to 6 weeks to get me
They
at
needed somebody to watch you while you were on the dosage. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. So for that matter, it was successful for you.
Right, yeah, because I would have started out with, like, let's say 15 milligrams. That wouldn't have worked. I would have had an appointment 2 weeks later, gone to 30, and they just upped me each day until they found the right number.
Sean, you're in Fez.
Hey, boys. Maybe Fez just misunderstood on that. Maybe he didn't want to gun down the F word. He wanted to hold down the F word.
Fez?
No, Doughnut had dead eyes. There was nothing but malintent.
Oh, you can't judge Doughnut like this.
I think it is rough for you to be judging the other people when, you yourself wouldn't want to be judged, right?
Right,
You
yeah.
should see yourself as part of that group. And maybe there is a drug for Doughnut as there was a drug for you.
Just haven't found it yet for Doughnut. So he's constantly in the fucking rubber room or whatever. It's not his fault.
He's just a broken toy.
Yeah, but I just wasn't going to have Doughnut threatening me constantly while I was in there.
How did he threaten you?
By coming into my room, mumbling something under his breath over me in my bed.
But you can't remember what it was.
I couldn't make it out. I heard fuck something.
Could have been sleepwalking.
I don't think so. He seemed as wide awake as Doughnut had been.
But don't some people do that? But there was not an actual physical threat to you.
No.
If he wanted to pounce on you, could he have?
Oh, yeah, he would have had the opportunity.
But he did not.
No, he was just staring at me.
He might be on his own drugs too. I don't think that Doughnut was going to hurt you. Maybe he was interested.
I think he wanted a piece of that.
But if I wasn't willing to give up a piece, then that's a threat.
He doesn't know that. So if a guy says to a girl, I fucking really want to be with you. Hi, my name's Doughnut. What you asked for to make a relationship in the Nut Hut almost came true with a very sweet man named Doughnut. I think the thing that happened to you was your southern racism came back out again.
And that ruined the chance of love.
Paul, you're on the Run Fest show.
Fez, buddy, there's no such thing as Doughnut. I mean, they told you that donuts were a side effect, so donuts became bad to you and scary. You're sound asleep, and you start dreaming about this donut guy who hates gays that he's after you.
There
It
was
is
no
kind of interesting if this was a Chuck Palahniuk story. I'm like, well, the donut thing has manifested himself in his mind by this. Let's think about it. One of Fez's problems is an anti-gay thing. You're paranoid about it because you used to be pretty anti-gay yourself.
Right.
And even now, you're not friends with any gays, and you feel as if they are standoffish and cruel.
True. Yeah. That they don't want anything to do with me.
And you love donuts.
Yeah, I adore donuts.
We almost had a donut eating contest here today.
It's over and done with now.
I'm just interested, do you want sweets and carbs?
Yeah, but I mean, I always have. So, it just, to me, it's like, I did, all right, in the Nut Hut, I forgot about this. I did have one of the patients get me a piece of cake that, one day, that it looked really good, and I couldn't resist it, but I wasn't supposed to have it because they had me on my own special diet in there.
Who went and got it for you? Donut?
No, this is a friend of mine that I made in there, James, went and got it for me.
Where's James from?
James is from Queens. Yeah.
All right, Cubero. Who'd he kill to get in there?
Joe, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Fez said that he stayed with someone that had the same name as sponsor on the show. I just want to know, was it the Hopper?
No, that wasn't the name.
I wouldn't know who the sponsor of the show is. Here's Fred in Florida. You're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, I'm wondering if we're going out at a different angle on this donut guy. Down here in Florida, gunning is masturbating in jail. So if this guy had done some time inside in the South, maybe he was just wanting to jack off with Fez.
Do you know what he was in for, Fez?
No. I have no idea what Doughnut was in for.
Why wouldn't you ask?
Oh, I would love to know.
What was your friend James in for?
That was an attempt. That was an addiction, a cocaine addiction, and an attempted suicide attempt.
Lucky, wait for that.
Attempted suicide? Yeah. You get locked up for that. Did he get out before you or after you?
No, he was after me because he was still waiting for a
knife.
No, halfway house.
How did he kill himself or try to kill himself?
Overdose.
Cocaine
That's
overdose?
his partying.
That's a good time.
Is that what he did too much of, cocaine?
Yeah.
You can't cocaine overdose. It's almost fucking impossible.
I guess some people's hearts explode, right? I mean, that's
yeah, but that's an
the
accidental.
theory.
Yeah, that's an accidental fucking thing that happens.
Okay, Powers, buddy.
But no one ever sits down and says, "I'm gonna have an overdose of coke."
It's pills is the go-to if you're gonna overdose on drugs.
There's something about this story. Just fucking crazy.
Is James not real?
It seems like Fez is gonna have a new TV show called The Ward. Rob, you're on the Run Fez show.
Fez.
Yes.
I saw a Leonardo DiCaprio movie about a year or two ago where he was...
Donut Island.
He was battling, I guess, these people trying to get him. And as it turned out, he was... the person that was truly trying to get him, I believe, it was all delusional, that it was he himself. He was in a delusional nut hut.
I was in a very real mental hospital. Ron dropped me off at it. And I assure you, Doughnut was quite real. Real and scary.
I don't know if you can assure us of that, though. The story doesn't make a lot of sense. And what we expected out of this was like Fez was going to be getting some real work done. But it seems like they put him on one drug.
Monitored it,
And then let him go. This is why people get mad at these kind of things.
Did you have any one-on-one sessions, or was it just all group?
It was mostly groups, but I had 3 one-on-one sessions.
That's nothing, though. That lasted how long?
Probably about a half hour each.
That's an hour and a half.
On the outside, it's like an hour, right?
Yeah. But they're, they don't have to get to everybody at the same time. Did you tell everybody what you did for a living?
Yes, I did.
What did they all say? What satellite? I got fucking satellites in my own head.
They had a lot of trouble understanding why they couldn't